Hey, what up? It's Quinn, and welcome to the first episode of Bullet Chess on this channel. I'm going to set a modest goal here, go for 2,000 rating, and just play for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. I have been really busy because of school, so I don't even have enough time to play a full Blitz game or anything like that. So let's do something that's a little bit more time efficient for me and still brings you guys a good amount of entertainment. Um, so here we are, we're playing Bullet. I am completely disregarding all opening theory here and just doing something that's absolutely crazy by pushing the pawn to c5. That's not typically seen. And I'm also not playing quickly enough. That's going to be really important to try to change. So he's putting the rook there. Let's try to break through in the center, see if that brings us any gain. We have a bishop that can go to f4 or c7 potentially. Let's put the knight on e5 and then take it. He can take on b1 at any point. Let's just pull back, and he can take there with the bishop. Okay, so that's going to be kind of a threatening move, and he's scooping up the pawns. Let's not hang our queen or do anything silly. This is most likely going to be a game that's decided on time. Even still, we can go ahead and put a mate threat on the board with queen to g3. He wants to trade off queens. Let's not oblige that. Pull the rook back, and he trapped me into a blunder. Okay, I can't believe that just happened. All right, let's try to regroup and move on. I'm losing my high rating here. I'm just going to move really fast, playing c6 and d5 moves that I can pre-move, and it looks like our opponent is not going to be playing today. Okay, so we'll try a different game. Let's put the... He's going to try to throw some jabs at me in the beginning. Likes to capture and bring his pieces into the game early, and we can take that and play the pawn up. Could have taken en passant there, actually, and my knight was hanging God knows for how long. But still a game that's most likely going to be determined by time. We have a discovered check on the board. He's not going to fall for it. So we can move our queen to a5 and try to barrel down the board here. He's got his queen defending it, so he's not super concerned. And he's now putting his rook also in that direction. And we can go ahead and create this impenetrable pawn chain and maybe push this a pawn up. Let's see if we can do something like that. We are up heavily on time, so that's something to keep in mind. And he's going to put his knight on e6. I don't see if that threatens anything, so we can ignore that and move on. Keep pushing this pawn up. He's going to threaten to take on g6. I'm just droning on and on, trying to yap as I play this. Still have a pin to work with, and he's going to take. Okay, that's fine. We're not super worried about that. Now he brings his other rook into the game, and we're concerned about maybe getting a check down the board here. Is that going to be mate? Oh, shoot. No, it's not, because we can go to f6. Everything's fine. We're still surviving. Still surviving this. Is he going to take there? Yes, he is. And then he's going to take there too. He's got the extra material, but he's not currently utilizing it. And the king can go back. The king can go back still. We're still not getting mated. Let's go here. Defend the pawn. And yes, we got the flag. And that's how you win one in Bullet. Okay, let's go real fast here to start. He's also going really fast. Can't beat this guy on time. He's just way too persistent. He's trying to catch me on like a cheapo there. Take there and then play the knight to g4 so we can take on e5. He's going to play for the switcheroo. That's fine. Would like to get the bishop on f5, so I'm going to weaken my own pieces a little bit, just a little bit, and then get the check in there and then try to push this pawn up. See what he decides to do. He's going to try to break through in the center and limit my ability to expand. Let's bring the attack into the game. He's not expanding on the king side, so he doesn't really have any counter threats to my queenside expansion. I'm just going to prevent him from being very active anywhere on the board. And let's go for this. Put the pawn up to c5. And then he's offering a trade, which we're not going to accept. Definitely not. He's offering another trade. Still not going to accept that trade. We have a bit of a time advantage here. And then let's bring our rook up. Trying to get a check in here. And then try to win this pawn here is the plan. We're up on time still. Can I get that? He's going to sack his queen. I don't know what that's going to do. But things are looking a little bit dicey for him. Let's get the pawn push. And he's really trying to press me on the clock now. Yes, we got the flag. All right. That's 3 games down. Let's do one more game. And I don't really want to play that guy again. He was too good for his rating, to be honest. So we're going to play one more and just do another 1 minute bullet game. We're at 1847 rating wise. I think 2000 is attainable. I just have to practice. I'm not used to talking during bullet. It's so intense. But we're doing our absolute best here. Here I'm going to try to not break the tension in the center too early and instead try to drum up more tension than we can have the words for. Not sure what I just said here, but I'm going to take that piece. And then we have this pawn that's hanging, so we'll take that, bring our guy back, and then he's going to try to pin our knight, and he's going to win the knight. Totally missed that. And now he's going to bring his bishop back. We don't want to trade rook. So again, we're down a piece very early on in the game. But we have this passed pawn that can potentially make some hay. Let's see if we can drive this guy down the board. It could be dangerous for our opponent. He's going to sack the rook there. That's fine. We're just going to bring our baby down the board. He doesn't have to pay too much attention to it, but we also have to watch out for any mate threats on our side. So let's go for this move, throw in a little bit of a trap. And he's going for a mate that we're not going to allow for sure. And he's bringing his rook to there. Let's defend this pawn and then bring the knight back. He's going for an attack. And we're just going to bring the knight, reroute the knight to e5 is the plan. To block. That's fine. I don't really care about that pawn anyways. And here we can take with the knight. And if he takes there, I will take on... Ooh, and did he get that fork? Yes, but we're still up on time. I can't move that pawn because it's pinned. Yes, got the flag in. All right, that's all for bullet. Went up quite a bit in rating, so I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. We got Super Bowl week coming up. Patriots versus the Seahawks. I'm picking the Seahawks to win, so you heard it here first. Final score, let's go with 24-21 for the Seahawks. And yeah, for those of you guys going to school, going to work, best of luck, and I'll see you guys whenever I see you next.